What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching Bumblebee's Journey. This is just a web series we're talking about the Bumblebee solo film in Transformers Cinematic Universe. This is episode number 16, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the filming at Vallejo, specifically Georgia Street. That's where they have been filming, and the reason why we know this is because of photos that have surfaced on Instagram, and we're going to make a commentary on that, so check this out. So, a bus that says Brighton Falls Transit. Hey, does that sound familiar? Brighton Falls? That's the placeholder name for Transformers Bumblebee. And Brighton Falls apparently is the name of the town that Bumblebee is set in. So this is Brighton Falls Transit. This is the transit system of that town, which is called Brighton Falls. So that's where the name comes from. And here is a photo. It's a bit of a photo collage of all the things that this photographer has seen, or this Instagrammer has seen. Filming notice. There's Bumblebee. That's the stunt vehicle. There's a bunch of girls in 80s fashion in this in California. And you see a big red truck and this I don't know what that is, but that red one. But looks like there's going to be a number of vehicles out there. Hey, check this out. This is a filming of Bumblebee on this intersection, and look at what happens next. It looks like he's burning rubber as if he was trying to get the heck out of there. Once he starts burning rubber, where there's a lot of smoke, people start looking. So it must have been like a sudden turn or a sudden move, and he just needed to get the heck out of there. But you know, the reason why they have these camera vehicles, like these camera cranes like that are mounted on a vehicle, is because so that they can film like high-speed car chases. So maybe that's what's going to happen, or maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, it's always good to see all the gear that they have there. Here's another shot of the setting that they have for this film. Look at this. They really decked out this this fictional town to make it look more like the 80s with video shops, and like look at this Dragon of the Blackpool Cantonese cuisine. I believe Dragon of the Blackpool is actually a reference to Big Trouble in Little China, I think. I might be wrong, but it might be a reference to that. Karate Studio, maybe that's like a you know, Karate Kid was big in the 80s, so you got Karate Studio there. It's really cool to see how they've transformed the town. Like, you know, they're filming in Vallejo, and they've put all these storefronts. They change up the storefronts to make it look more like an 80s town. Look at all these different like awnings and different store signs that they put out there. And there you have it. So pretty interesting to see this filming work go on. The only thing that I gather right now is basically the town, or rather the name of the town that they're filming in. It's a fictional place called Brighton Falls. And to top things off, there are some scenes of Bumblebee, but we really haven't seen any other vehicles besides Bumblebee. I mean, there were a couple of vehicles that we could have theorized that could have been other NBEs, like other Cybertronians, but we really don't know until now. Here's our first official look at a Decepticon. Check this out. That's director Travis Knight, and the caption says "more than meets the eye," and it's obviously referring to this vehicle right here, and it's got a, you know, when I first look at it, it's red, it's a muscle car, and the first thing I think of is Cliff Jumper. It's got this Cliff Jumper vibe to it, but if you look closely, that emblem right there on the very front, that's a Decepticon logo. Now, you know that in the Michael Bay universe, they have made Autobots into Decepticons and Decepticons into Autobots, and, you know, it's possible that this could be Cliff Jumper. I mean, you know, I think there's a 50-50 chance, and to top things off, Cliff Jumper in Transformers Prime, he was a Terracon. So, like, he was an Autobot, but then he became a Terracon. So having him play an evil version of himself is not, you know, it's not far-fetched. Like, that could happen. I'm not saying that he's going to be like a zombie Autobot, like a Terracon, but I'm just saying that Cliff Jumper has been evil. So it's a red car. I mean, it really could be anybody, but I just like the fact that this Decepticon is like a full-on muscle car that's really decked out. I mean, look at this. So that looks really cool. I mean, it could be anybody, and I think that that's a combination of red and black. So anyways, this is your very, very first look at a Decepticon, and it looks really, really great. And I think that we're gonna get a couple more Decepticons, maybe one or two more Autobots, and that's it. This is going to be a small number of Transformers characters because it's a smaller budget, it's a smaller film, it's a third of a budget of Transformers Last Night. Therefore, this is going to be a much smaller film. And I just want you to keep this in mind. I don't know how many of you have seen Baby Driver, but Baby Driver was a great film, like a really, really great film, and it was only made for $34 million. It had a production budget of $34 million. Yet it became a really successful film, both financially and critically. Now, the production budget of Transformers Bumblebee is double that. And imagine that they put $35 million into making a great film, you know, with no robots, but then they take the other $35 million for the CG work. I think they can make a pretty solid film with that budget. So I'm not too worried about the fact that this is a smaller film with a $70 million budget. This is something that I'm really, really excited about, just because they're finally doing something different. Like setting it in the 80s, having it a solo film, having brand new characters, and just making this a film which really goes back to his roots and kind of reminds the audience of the magic that the very first film had. That's why I'm excited about this film, and I have a very, very optimistic feeling that this is actually going to be a great film. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. Who do you think this Decepticon is? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
And 48 cents.
My visceral reaction is like, that's so good.
Oh, is that all? Oh, I thought it'd be more.
Whoa.
All right.